It is your boy, the High Meat Master, Mr. Best Science, the High Meat Expert, with 2 days of hard science. Obviously we are masters of the raw chicken as well. Let's talk about how did I survive eating rotten liver from 2 different beautiful animals, cows and burbot. We got little land animals, we got little fishy fish liver. I even upped the dose. Had some of this morning. The weirdest thing about it is you can leave the high meat. You can leave the meat in the jar for months. It gets kinda danky. It goes quite a bit against the notion that our senses tell us what is good for us and what is not. Or maybe my slave ass, born into this modern system we everybody so much enjoys. If you like durian, you might enjoy this. It smells like a dump. This is what a dump smells like. And it also tastes like dump. So this is best way I figured you can take your nature's multivitamin, nature's probiotic. You take it like this. You don't even have to chew, bro. You just need some raw milk or whatever beverage, natural beverage of your liking. You can try, let's try Coca-Cola with burbot liver. Mix the natural world with the matrix. Let's see what happens. I bet I would be the first person in the world, not the worst. So, 2 days eating that, feeling high as a kite. It's called high meat for a reason. The bacterial living beings that are born with fermentation to that meat. They are so powerful. You are consuming so much living things when you consume these. They also make the vitamins, the nutrition inside of those already highly nutritious foods like the cow liver and the burbot liver even more bioavailable for your body because the bacteria start to eat it. So you don't have to spend your digestive powers to digest those nutrients out of the fermented rotten liver. And like I said, you consume a lot of living things. We have kilograms of bacteria in our bodies. Maybe not kilograms, but we have a lot of bacteria, and you get a shit ton of bacteria out of that. The more you ferment it, the more bacteria you will get. And these things actually kinda do make your body feel like You just took some drugs, either plant drugs, some of that devil's tobacco. This liver is kinda good. Kinda feels like that. It's not like mushrooms or ayahuasca or anything like that. Not that strong. And also I haven't found one single negative effect yet, except my stomach was a little weird the first night. I had these yesterday, I had them again, and I had these, and I already had these today. And I would say they only make my stomach, like I have craved more food after eating that. They kind of ramp up your metabolism. You get that bacteria in there. They wanna feed. They want some more food inside of you. That's kinda how I felt. They made me kinda hungry. In a good way. Also, people always think you're gonna get food poisoning, which you might. If there's poison in there, you're gonna get food poisoning. But people always think your stomach's gonna go absolute mad shit crazy and you're gonna shit your brains out. But it has actually been the complete opposite. Exactly like with raw chicken and raw meats. Pretty much anytime I eat raw meat, we think it's gonna mess up our stomach, but I have only found that it makes my stomach kinda good, kinda better. And I have never, well, maybe I cannot say never because I don't remember that far back, but during this best scientific experiment, raw meat, any kind of raw meat, not those high fermented meats, not raw chicken, not raw beef, no organs, no fish, none of them have ever made me poop with that watery consistency we call diarrhea. They actually do the complete opposite. They make my poop kind of solid, consistent, very easy to pass through. You don't need to squeeze very hard. There's not much residue left if you use the paper method. Probably the water method, cleaning your ass would be better. So I have only had positives with raw meat and these high meats with my digestive system. You get a nice little high from those. I can already start to feel it. Let's do a little bit more. Let's up the dose. Just a little bit more. But the taste is, especially this bourbon, it tastes like dumps, huh? It tastes like you eating if you have a wife or a girlfriend and okay, let's not make some crazy ass sexual references to corrupt our minds with that overly sexualized shit. Let's not do that. I was gonna make a nasty joke there. But it smells like dump, it tastes like dump, but it makes you high. and gives you quite a bit of energy also. Like I felt really good this morning. That was my breakfast. Someone did. Fermented burbot liver and some kefir. A lot of bacteria in my tummy. But yeah, makes you feel way more happy. Kinda makes you feel more high than normal raw meat. Like I've talked about raw chicken, it's kinda neutral. It doesn't make you feel any kind of way really. Raw liver and some raw organs make you feel very well nourished. Kinda euphoric sometimes if the organs are good. But also a couple times raw liver from a cow has made me feel a little bit off. So maybe those livers were kind of bad. But those are only 2 times during this experiment. I talked about those. The other times I usually feel really good on raw liver. Like the fresh organs are a bit more energizing, I would say. And you feel this kind of, I guess, euphoric and high feeling can be. You can kind of conclude that they are kind of same, but for me they're kind of a little bit different. Like the high feeling is more chill, and you just kind of. But it's more like, not like if you had cannabis high or whatever, kind of makes you just wanna lay down and shit. It's not that kind of either, it's like chill but you're still very energized. Where the fresh organs are more energizing and just pure energy. And good vibes. I don't know. I've just been doing this 2 days. We need more experiments, more bacteria in my tummy. But yeah, the germ theorists amongst us say this is super dangerous, you can die, you can get parasites, worms, bacterial infections. I would like to know some cases of those, because people have been doing this for centuries around the world, and right now many people are doing this publicly on the internet, which I love. I love seeing people's experiment, that if they share it authentically and honestly with other people, because many people are so deceiving out there. They're putting some mask, they're showing something to you, but they're not really doing that shit, and they try to hype things up that are not worth the hype to sell you something, get a little coin, get a little money out of you. Or they try to create problems out of thin air that are not supposed to be there. Good example, raw milk. Oh man, oh man. But yeah, raw fermented high meats. The taste is very strong, like I said. The liver, the cow liver is completely different though. That's more sweet, but it's still strong flavor. Strong fermented flavor. If you're not used to this kind of stuff, it would be very hard for you, my son. You would probably gag or whatever. But because Mr. Best Science over here, I'm a pro with these things. But it is completely different than the fresh stuff. Like completely. The burbot went from 10 out of 10 when it's fresh. Like I absolutely love it. The taste. And I would say many people would like the taste raw, like even the normies of the normies, the NPCs. But you ferment it 1 month and it goes 10 out of 10 to trash bag out of 10. Your girlfriend's butthole out of 10. Sorry, it had to be done. So yeah, more experiments needed. No negatives yet. Just feel it kind of ramps up my metabolism. Feels kind of good. You get kind of hungry after 1 to 2 hours after. You want to eat more. You get this nice, chill, high feeling and kind of giggly and happy. I really like that. Nature's antidepressant. That's what the people say that visited the Inuits, that used to do, maybe still doing. A lot of the fermented high meat, that they were the happiest people they ever have met. So that's my first experiences with the high meat. If you're interested about it, get some of this stuff, cube it up, throw it in the glass bowl, seal the glass bowl, leave it in the refrigerator, and depending how strong you want it, leave it longer or take it out shorter. That liver was 3 months fermented, and I would say the bourbon liver is way more strong. The flavor and the smell is way more strong than the beef liver. So if you are new to this, maybe start with the beef liver. That's kinda easy way. Anyway, those are my thoughts about the high meats right now. We continue to do that base science, figuring out what is going on in this reality. What should we consume to feel our happiest and best, to actually become our best version of ourselves. Because many people talk about it and then they do all kinds of things that kind of signal that you hate yourself, you want to destroy yourself, you do all kinds of destructive behaviors. But you say to the public, you say everybody that this is for me to become my best version of myself. But many people live in a world full of delusions and copes. Yeah, we kind of wanna get through those, get to the bottom of things, what's really what's really up and what's really down, and share our findings to the world. Too bad YouTube hates this kind of stuff. I wonder why. You could say that it is for public safety reasons. That's why they don't promote this. But they promote veganism and plant-based kind of stuff a lot. Is that? We got advertisements for medications and shit. Is that good for public health? Public safety? The public is struggling. The public is sitting inside of the struggle bus hard right now, and it is really bumpy. It is super bumpy right now for normal peasants living in this matrix. In every which way possible. Nutrition only one part, but you need that nutrition to have that base level of health, energy, vitality, to even climb yourself. Some people, you can also, if you don't really think about nutrition much and you have a lot of life force energy naturally, I've seen many people like this, they don't really need that much nutrition either. They might encounter some problems later in their lives. But those kind of people, those kind of build different people with high levels of natural life force inside of them, natural chi. They got that big dick energy or strong pussy, whatever energy for women. the hormones are working, the body is working good. Those kind of natural people are dying off so quickly in our world. Like I know some of those people, and some of them even that were kind of like that for like 10 years ago when I knew them. Many of them has gone down, the energy has gone down. The energy is so low right now. After what happened 2020, it's been one struggle for many people, one big ass struggle for many people. Some people still thriving. But we try to help other humans. That's really the real point here. Try to figure out what's going on and help other people to find their path. Because we need. It's hard to have good relationships when everybody's broken down, toxic. And that's by design. That's also one of the big messages here. Don't think this all happened by accident. No, it didn't. It's all by design. That you don't know about high meat. Things that get you high without cons, without negative consequences. We only know things that make me high, that make us high, but have a big, huge negative consequences for our health, for our relationships. How many people using these drugs have completely ruined their lives, other people's lives, their families' lives, whatever. We need things that get us high naturally, and those things are out there. And I'm the one, and other peoples are the one bringing that to light, enlightening the masses, or at least trying to. Whatever. I'm starting to feel that high meat high. The giggles are big. Alright, that's about it. See you guys tomorrow. If I make it through. I bet I do.